The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parks Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson here with Dick Girardi, and we're in our Parks Racing studio. Excellent show today. It was Owners Appreciation Day, highlighted by the PTHA President's Cup. Also, we're going to take a look at Haskell Preview Day at Monmouth Park, and there's top sprint fillies and mares up in New York. Plus, the PTHA charities rewarded scholarship monies with a big check presentation. So, excellent show for you today. But we have to talk about the PTHA President's Cup $75,000 stake race, and we celebrated our Owners Appreciation Day. So, big Father's Day card out here Sunday.
Yeah, it was cool. It's the only Sunday day card of the year, Danny, because of Father's Day, and we did have the PTHA President's Cup, the first President's Cup with our new president Bob Hutt presiding. And what was cool about it was how many people were out here. It was like there's 3 Saturdays on the Triple Crown. I walked all the way down to the end. The grass was, it was just hard to find a spot down there. The apron was jammed, so it was a really cool Sunday. Beautiful day with a great race at the finish.
Yeah, Parks was certainly the place to be, and this was the race. Let's talk about it. We're going to take a look at it. $75,000 for fillies and mares going a mile and 16th on the turf. PTHA President's Cup, and our favorite Graham Motion sends in from Fairhill Bipartisanship.
Yeah, it's interesting. This now 5-year-old mare, Danny, was sold from one of Graham's owners to another of Graham's owners back in January at the Keeneland Racing all ages sale, and $260,000 the new owners paid. And first for third in allowance race, third in the Galleret, and the money came pouring in late to make Bipartisanship even money with Heavy on Toledo coming in for the ride.
And Brendan Walsh sends out our second choice, Fuento Oviana. It's a Great Britain bred horse, and Frankie Pennington actually did get them out with Sweet Wilhelmina getting off.
Yeah, no, good move. Sweet Wilhelmina was only going to run if it came off the turf, which it obviously was not going to do, and Frankie's agent, who's one of the best out here, found a way to get him on the second choice.
Here is the PTHA President's Cup.
The opening quarter, 23-4, just about 5 lengths covers this field, tip to tail, a compact field of fillies and mares, out of sorts, maintaining a half-length advantage over Nurturing, who's really tugging on the reins under Andrew Wolfson. She wants to inch a little bit closer to the outside. Fuente Ovejuna, she's now moved up into third, in on the rail, Deciding Vote. One more, Kelly checking up on heels a little bit there, in on the rail, Bipartisanship, and then to the outside, tick, 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 boom. The half, 49-2, Nurturing in those green blinkers. She could wait no longer. She puts her neck in front. Out of sorts in second, Fuente Ovejuna bearing down on the outside in third, followed by Deciding Vote. Tick, 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 boom, up to fifth. Then on the rail, Bipartisanship. She doesn't really have anywhere else to go. One more, Kelly, now your trailer, the half, 49-2. Nurturing has the lead, but she has some pressure coming from Fuente Ovejuna. The big blaze draws right up alongside of her and puts her neck in front. Deciding Vote trying to weave her way through horses on the outside. Tick, 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 boom. Nurturing isn't done. She's fighting on gamely, but Fuente Ovejuna has some momentum. Bipartisanship unleashed on the outside, and she is flying late. Bipartisanship, Fuente Ovejuna, she collars her and goes right on by. There's 16 left to go, and Bipartisanship wins the PTHA President's Cup. In second, Deciding Vote, Fuente Ovejuna, and tick, 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 boom.
Bipartisanship storms home. She was a decisive winner with Heavy on Toledo. What I love about her is her disposition, too. I was able to talk with Graham's assistant, Ian. They just said what a sweet, sweet mare she is. Obviously loves her job.
Yeah, this is her third stakes win. He hasn't won a graded stake yet, but that was some powerful move, Danny. You could see kind of at the half-mile pole, if the jockey could get her out, she was going to win. Man, she came flying in the stretch. It's an interesting story. I read it on Let'sGoRacingParks.com this week. The owners are kind of new owners to the game, As One Racing, and very diversified. Some African-American owners, some different owners from all over the place. They wanted to get new people into the game. It's kind of a nice group, and that was their first winner, and I got a chance to talk to Graham Motion about it. He's in the story and all about the As One group as well, and we also got to talk to the jockey after the race. Here's Heavy on Toledo.
Looked like a whole backstretch. You were just waiting for a spot to get out and get clear. You knew you had a lot of horse, yes?
Yes, I do. I mean, I got the inside post in the beginning, so I just stayed the ground the first turn and keeping right there. I mean, she's traveling so well. and I got ton of horse, like you say. You know, when I just came to the turn and I got the chance to go out, I just take it out, and I don't even hit it. You know, she do it all.
What kind of a punch did she give you in the stretch?
Oh man, she just stuck off. Like, I just stopping in the shoulder, and she just respond right away. She's a nice filly.
Yeah, those top first three finishers in the PTHA President's Cup were definitely the top three. Well, the girls didn't have all the fun. The race before was just as powerful. It's a $60,000 open allowance race going 1 mile and 70 yards. And our favorite is Farmo Power. You guys got to see him win, then be disqualified on Pennsylvania Derby Day. He's a really nice horse for the Lou Linder barn.
And he may end up winning again. That's being adjudicated about whether the winner should be coming down eventually, but to be determined there. But you're right, Farmo Power, one of the neatest horses for one of the hottest barns around.
Irish Cork is our second choice for the trainer John Service barn. Cool horse. We see him go in the turf. The dirty's very versatile.
Yeah, just always there. 7 wins, 8 seconds, 7 thirds, and 30 lifetime starts.
Here's this big allowance race.
Irish Cork, your favorite, the gray. He has a half length over Riding with Biden, who's eager to move up a little bit closer to the opening quarter. 23-3. Irish Cork showing them the way. Pressure from Riding with Biden right to his outside. Then it's Market Maven, followed by Farmo Power, just biding his time in 4th. Eloquist has now moved up into 5th. Bird King right to his outside. Sugar Ray too, those two in tandem. Then a gap of 5 or 6 back to Prince of Rain at the back. Irish Cork is doing the heavy lifting with a half mile left to go. The persistent presence of Riding with Biden right to his outside. The half went in 48-1. Irish Cork, Frankie Pennington lets him out a little bit, but Riding with Biden going right with him. Those two just a neck apart. Then it's back to Market Maven and Farmo Power in 3rd and 4th. Gap of 4 or 5 back to Sugar Ray 2. Bird King dropping back there is Eloquist dropping back pretty quickly. Then it's Prince of Rain still at the back. The half 48-1. Riding with Biden and Irish Cork. These two are throwing it down on the front end. Irish Cork fights on gamely. Riding with Biden comes right back at him. In between horses, Farmo Power looking for a seam on the outside. Market Maven. Riding with Biden is in command. Irish Cork fighting on, but Riding with Biden is kicking clear. There's a 16th left to go. Riding with Biden. Here comes Farmo Power with a bid, but Riding with Biden trumps the competition today.
Riding with Biden comes back off the layoff with authority. Jockey Andrew Wolfson got the mount. Paco Lopez was named, but obviously it was a Sunday card. He had a lot of mounts at Monmouth that day, and I talked to Andrew Wolfson after the race. He said that is a classy horse.
He could not have been any more impressive. I mean, we saw him win the Greenwood Cup here on Pennsylvania Derby Day last year. Danny went over $500,000 in earnings. Another good one for Cassius King and LC Racing. I wrote about him in that story as well. And the 2-year-olds that they brought out in the race before, daughter of Maximus Mischief, who was going to be a superstar if he hadn't gotten hurt. So good day for the barn. And it was interesting. It was kind of a political day, right? We had bipartisanship over deciding vote in the President's Cup, and then we come back with Riding with Biden. But you're right, he's a good horse, and I think Butch, who we're going to talk to in a second, is thinking about the Greenwood Cup again, and here is more with trainer Butch Reed.
Butch, Riding with Biden was such a good horse for you last year. He was great coming back. What's the plan?
We hadn't really looked beyond this. We took a peek at the Salvador Mile yesterday at Monmouth and thought this was be a little conservative. We'll take a shot here and get a nice race under his belt at his home track, and it looks like it worked out for us.
I see that PA Derby, that Greenwood Cup. Can we do that again?
Well, they had a Greenwood Cup. It's certainly one that's on the mark, because not a lot of horses want to get a mile and a half, and we know this horse can. So,
Butch, it's been a long time since January when he ran down in Florida. What's been going on with Riding with Biden?
We sent him up to Barry Eisman, place in Ocala for a couple of months, just let him relax a little bit. And he's a little bit of a bad actor in the stall walker and stuff like that. So the farm time did him great. He's put on weight, and it's paid dividends. So
it really was a lot of fun here. Our Father's Day, we had Owners Appreciation Day. We had all the owners out. The PTHA put on a fabulous lunch, lots of great giveaways, and it was Bob Hutz, our PTHA president's first PTHA President's Cup. I know that was special for him.
Yeah, for sure. He was really enjoying it. And look, Bob loves these weekend days. I mean, he's a proponent of it. It's a day where you can get more people out here. So he's especially loving Sunday. The issue is very simple. It's harder to get a handle on those days because you're up against all these other tracks, but you have to make a decision. Do you also want to get new people involved? And there were a lot of new people out here Sunday, and I know Bob was absolutely loving it, and we got a chance to catch up with the PTHA president.
Here with Bob Hutt, the president of the PTHA, and Lena's here too, so we have a crew. Bob, first President's Cup, where you're the president. What does this day mean to you?
It means a great deal. It means that I am now the 47th President of the United States, succeeding President Biden, and riding with Biden just won. We congratulate Butch Reed and the owners and his connections. But seriously, it is a great deal to me, and I'm just thrilled to be leading the PTHA. I have a great assistant, a number one, like it's in Star Trek, with Jeff Matty. I call him my number one. He had to look it up because he's too young, but he figured it out. And just very, very happy to be here, and we have a great turnout today, and that's a credit to you and everybody else from Let's Go Racing.
Well, we appreciate that. To see this kind of crowd out here, I know how much it means to you to see people at the racetrack on a weekend. What does this mean to you? Because I know that's a huge part of what you want to get done here.
It means a great deal, and if Joe Wilson is listening, we would love to have some more Saturdays where families can come out here, enjoy the horses, go to the picnic area, and we want to show the great tradition that thoroughbred horse racing is, and Parks and Joe Wilson really do a great job, and I think he'll be with us in getting a few more Saturdays done, especially during the summer when families can come out here and enjoy themselves. I'd also like to see breakfast at Parks, similar to what they have at Saratoga and Belmont and other tracks, where families can come out in the morning, watch horses train, meet TV celebrities like yourself, and meet trainers and jockeys, and maybe an occasional owner and an old-time PTHA president like myself. And I do want to say that Lena would like to tell you that her first horse is coming to Parks this summer.
Sure is.
And what is the name of this horse, Lena?
Sunny Side Up.
All right. And when will he be running?
She approximately 3 months from now.
All right.
We're hoping.
It really was an excellent Father's Day, and so grateful for such a successful PTHA Owners Appreciation Day. Well, we're going to head to our first break, but don't go anywhere because we have a big check presentation for our scholarship recipients and more stake races all coming up.
On the front end, it's Octane. Octane is on the engine, is now up by a full length.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now, and you'll be automatically enrolled in the Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Chapman Ford of Horsham is now the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region. There's plenty of reasons why, and it's not just because we have a great selection of new Fords. That helps, but it's mostly because of how much we all take pride in providing the best customer experience, the Chapman experience. Finding your new Ford can still be difficult. If we don't have it in stock, then we'll help you reserve one of our available inbound vehicles, or our order team can help you custom order the exact new Ford you want. We make it easy at Chapman Ford of Horsham, the #1 volume Ford dealer in the Philadelphia region.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, the PTHA is all about giving back, and our PTHA charities, aka the Granny Fund, is helping getting some of our racetrack community, backstretch community, help with money for school, help with tuition, books. We know it's expensive, and we had a big check presentation here on Sunday with the 8 recipients, all that will be attending college.
Yeah, $1,000 a piece, total of $8,000, and there's big checks. It was a really cool idea to give out that kind of money to those kind of folks.
And we talked with our PTHA Executive Director, Jeff Matty, on what this all means.
Jeff, $8,000 worth of scholarships. What does that mean to you and the organizations to be able to give it out?
You know, I think it means everything to us. We start here, the PTHA, we're proud to represent the men and women that make up our backstretch community. We had a ton of applicants this year for our scholarship fund, in particular the Granny Fund, which focuses on education. So to be able to give out the $8,000 to students that are not only bettering themselves, but their careers, who are a part of our backstretch community, it means everything. The horses are wonderful. They're a blast to watch, but it's the two-legged individuals that make up what we are and what Parks is and what racing is altogether.
We're going to head into some national races for you. Monmouth Park had a great stakes day. It's their Haskell preview day. It's the $150,000 Pegasus Stakes. This is for 3-year-olds going a mile and 16th. $150,000 is the purse. And Kings Barn is your heavy favorite. You got to remember him from the Kentucky Derby.
Right, he won the Louisiana Derby when he got a soft pace, cruised to the front, got a big number, got caught up in a hot pace in Kentucky. He was beaten 25 lengths. Now he's back in a better spot, but the question is, what happens if he doesn't get the lead, Danny?
Well, Salute the Stars, a 3-year-old for the Brad Cox barn, is our second choice.
Yeah, and Salute the Stars, twice with Cox now. 2 grass races with John Ortiz. The second time with Cox. First time looked really good, and he's got another good 3-year-old. Like he needs more of them.
Here's the call of the Pegasus Stakes.
Subrogate has been confronted by How Great Is Nate? Kings Barnes. The big favorite is 3 wide. They went 23.71 for that opening quarter mile, and Subrogate lets it out again. How Great Is Nate is a clear second. Here comes Kings Barnes, is moving in closer now for Saez, 47.60 for that half-mile time. They've got less than a half-mile to go. Salute the Stars is now more settled, has had a tough opening half-mile, is in the 4th spot to the outside of Classic Catch, and have to go right now is No Confession far back as they're well into the far turn now. How Great Is Nate is back to 3rd. Subrogate has got ahead in front of the big favorite Kings Barnes. Subrogate is still there with the lead. It's Subrogate went 1:11.4 for 3/4 of a mile, and Subrogate and Kings Barnes, they're shoulder to shoulder at the top of the stretch. Kings Barnes is trying to push on by and now has put a neck in front. Subrogate is very game to the inside. How Great Is Nate is trying to re-rally and Salute the Stars on the grandstand side. Kings Barnes is having to work. Salute the Stars with a huge effort. Kings Barnes, Salute the Stars. Kings Barnes, Salute the Stars. Kings Barnes, Salute the Stars.
And Joel Rosario and Salute the Stars roll by Kings Barnes. Looked like it was Kings Barnes' race to win, but that's not what happened.
I thought he was an absolute cinch mid-stretch, but that's what Joel Rosario does better than anybody. He finishes Salute the Stars looking at no chance, then he had a chance. I think we'd probably see one or possibly both of these back in the Haskell, but it's going to be a far tougher field than this. They're going to start bringing in the heavyweights. I know Bamford's talking about bringing his 2 best 3-year-olds for the Haskell. At least one of them, we'll see.
Well, definitely a race that's going to be a key race, that's for sure. Let's stick at Monmouth Park. It's the Grade 3 Salvatore Mile, $150,000. And our favorite is Petulant for the Victor Barboza barn, a really nice horse.
Yeah, I was a little surprised this horse came favored in this race off the paper. I mean, he's run a lot of good races in a row, but this is not a guy you see at Monmouth all that much. But obviously, it turned out some people knew what they were doing there.
And Bruce Kravitz going for his first grade win with Nimitz class. We got to see him run here at Parks. He's so cool.
Yeah, we did. And Bruce has won 3,000 races, and it'd be great if he could get his first graded stakes race. And horses that ran 1-2 in our grade allowance race were entered in this race, riding with Biden and Formo Power, but they decided to stay home. But either one of them could have won this race, as it turned out.
Yeah, agreed. Here's the call, the Grade 3 Salvatore Mile.
And Octane tries to slow things down. Artorias is right to the outside here from second. Giroux just took a look over his right shoulder. He sees Nimitz class and Bourbonic, who makes it 4 across the racetrack to join them. 4 across the track as they approach a half-mile left to go in the Salvatore Mile. Trademark is trying to make up some ground. Also Petulante, who did work off the rail with Empty Tomb, is right there, is now shuffled back towards the tail end of the field with Bourbon calling. They are tightly packed as they work into the turn. 48.41 for a half-mile time. Octane is still there. Here comes Nimitz class, and Nimitz class is ranging up 3 wide as in hand. Artorias is under a full drive in between horses. Penchilante in the orange sleeves is looking for a way out. Bourbonic is losing some ground. They are 3 across the racetrack as Nimitz class is trying to put it away. Artorias, Octane, Penchilante, Bourbonic, Trademark in the blue cap. It's Nimitz class who's very game. Penchilante gaining with every stride. Trademark trying to catch them both. Penchilante, Nimitz class, Petulante, Nimitz class, Petulante!
And Petulant beats Nimitz class, so it's kind of a heartbreaker. But Petulant, a really well-bred horse by Arrogant, just like Arcangelo, our Belmont Stakes winner.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got only a couple of crops of Arrogate, but man, what a great horse he was, and he's also a great start as a stallion. It just won't last very long. Nimitz class could not have been any more unlucky. He was the best horse. He was wide. He was under pressure. Looked like he had the race won. He'll win a graded stakes soon, hopefully for Bruce Kravitz, but what a great job he's done with this horse. He's up to 10 wins and 17 starts.
Absolutely. Let's head to New York. It's the Grade 2 Bed of Roses, 7 furlongs, fillies and mares, $200,000. And our Breeders' Cup winner, Goodnight Olive, is our favorite 1 to 5.
Yeah, remember Goodnight Olive on Derby Day, where it just could never get out, was stuck on the rail, never had any place to run, understood why she just couldn't get there that day. And I was really interested in Dr. B. I know she's 12-1 in here, but she got an absurd ride from Irad Ortiz in her first start of the year. Irad, of course, is going to Goodnight Olive, and Kendrick Carmouche gets the ride on Dr. B for Butch and the gang.
Here's the call to Better Roses.
Beguine leads here by a neck. Wicked Halo on the outside runs second. The quarter went in 22 and 4/5 seconds. Dr. B is in third. Caramel Swirl on the outside. And the big favorite, Goodnight Olive, is down at the rail. As they race around the far turn, it's Beguine with the lead here. Wicked Halo in pursuit in second. Caramel Swirl moving well up on the outside and now going up to challenge the front runners. And Goodnight Olive makes a move down towards the rail. Here's Wicked Halo now to take a narrow lead. Beguine is at the rail. Goodnight Olive is in behind horses. Caramel Swirl is on the outside. And then Dr. B, the half mile in 46 seconds. On the outside, here's Caramel Swirl up to challenge Wicked Halo. Goodnight Olive is driving in third with less than 1/8 of a mile to the finish. Here comes Goodnight Olive up to challenge Caramel Swirl and Wicked Halo. The three of them will battle it out to the finish, and it is Goodnight Olive by a head.
And Goodnight Olive just used all of her class to get up with Irad Ortiz, and she really is the standout sprint mare in the country.
There's no doubt. I mean, she had that long winning streak finally broken. I will say this, Danny, she doesn't look like she has the same pop even in this race that she had last year, but look, Wicked Halo is a good horse. I mean, she ran a really good race. A little disappointed in Dr. B, and I'm sure Butch and the guys were disappointed too. She was beaten by 13 lengths. I thought they thought that she'd be one of the top in the division. Right now, she's going to have to find something else because that's not going to be good enough.
Yeah, hopefully she'll take that another step forward. Well, we're going to head to another break, but we have our Jockey and Trainer of the Week. It is a big one, and race recap all coming up after this break.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, and to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home. And Jockey of the Week, Dexter Haddock. He had a big day on Sunday on Father's Day. 3 wins. He's a father himself. He just had his second child. Really happy for him, but a big day for him.
Love how he rides.
Me too. And congratulations to our Trainer of the Week, Lou Linder. Things are coming together, as he says here.
I think I told you, come towards summer, things would start clicking, and they seem to be. I hope it keeps up.
Yeah, no, he's just on a roll.
Certainly is. Well, let's get to some race recap. It's at Monmouth Park. It's the $100,000 Get Serious Stakes, 5 furlongs on the turf. It's a fast one. Of course, our eyes are on the number 8. That's right for trainer Mike Moore.
Yeah, I loved him in this spot. I thought he could clear the field, Danny, but he just couldn't do it. They went 20.9, 43.70, and just set it up for Grooms All Business, who sat 4th behind the speed duel, won pretty convincingly at the end. And the favorite, Our Shot, who I wanted to bet against, actually ran pretty good to finish second. And I don't know what's going on with that. That's right, our Turf Monster winner, but I know he's better than that.
Yeah, let's see him get back to form. Grooms All Business, a really nice horse trained by Jorge Duarte. We're sticking at Monmouth Park. It's the Grade 3 Eatontown. This is for fillies and mares, a mile and 16th on the turf, and Chad Brown's got one in here.
Yeah, Chad Brown? Really? Seriously? The 1 is the big favorite for Shug at 6-5. It really never really get going, but consumer spending for Chad, the 3, going to roll right on by in the stretch, win by a little less than a length at the wire. A good ride from Sammy Camacho.
Yeah, all the big heavy-hitting turf trainers were in this race too, so pretty good race in itself. So let's take a look at the $150,000 Grade 3 Monmouth Stakes, a mile and 1/8 on the turf, and you guys remember some of these names. Tribuhan, big horse in there.
Yeah, Tribuhan is all speed. When he clears the field, he's dangerous. This is a prep for the United Nations, but he fades in his first start of the year. First starts, it's August. Catnip, the 6, is going to come running by in the end, win by a half length from Michael Stidham. I think we probably see both of them back in the United Nations.
Catnip had the ultimate equipment change. He was running first-time gelding. Gotta love it.
That is the ultimate equipment.
And jockey Joel Rosario and Luis Saez, they kind of had a battle going on that day, but Joel Rosario got the win here.
Joel wins lots of races.
Really looking forward to Haskell Day after that card. Well, it's time for Ion Racing, and across the pond, it's been Royal Ascot, so get your top coats and your coattails ready. It's a jolly good time over there.
It is a jolly good time. It's great racing. It's maybe it's the best meet in the world. Those 5 days. The only thing close we have is Saratoga.
Really cool, and it's the Grade 3 Ohio Derby. It's the return of 2 Phils.
Yeah, well, I've been waiting for him. I really wish they'd have run in the Preakness. I think he would have been the winner, but they're waiting, and it'd be nice to see him here in September. But 2 Phil's a really, really good horse for Larry Ravelli.
And we have 2 stakes coming up here on Monday's card. 2 Pennsylvania bred stakes on the turf, the Power by Far and the Crowd Pleaser. We're going to give you our picks and preview that right after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Well, we have a big day here at Parks on Monday. We have 2 Pennsylvania bred stakes on the turf, the Crowd Pleaser and the Power by Far. Dick and I are going to give you our picks. Let's start with the girls in the Power by Far. This is for fillies and mares sprinting on the turf. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'll go first. Roses for Deborah, Christophe Clement. Joe Rosario is listed. I would think she'd probably be the favorite, but we will find out. But yeah, that's me. Roses for Deborah.
And we know Christophe Clement certainly knows how to win here at Parks with some pretty serious turf runners. I'm going to stick with the home team. I'm going with Midnight in Alaska for trainer Kate DeMasi. This filly has completely impressed me on the dirt. If she can translate that speed on the turf, she's going to be wicked fast.
There you go.
Well, let's go to the boys in the Crowd Pleaser Stakes. This one's going a little longer. It's a route race on the turf. And I'm going to go with the Mike Maker horse, Lord of the Navy. Now, jockey Michael Sanchez has been riding this horse. Again, impressive form on the dirt. Obviously, Mike Maker knows what he's doing. I see him translating this. He looks like a turf horse to me. So I think he's going to be one of those that can run on either surface.
Yeah, it makes sense. I like 90% Maddie. The question is here, it's a Butch Reed horse, obviously. The question is turf. Obviously, he's got very good dirt form. The question is, can she turf?
Well, we're excited to see it, that's for sure. Make sure you come out for Monday's card. Well, John Service, he's a household name. He's in our Hall of Fame. He's won the Kentucky Derby. He is just 5 wins away when we're airing the show from a milestone win of 2,000. Now, he's stabled at Monmouth Park and here, so he's got a lot of shots to do it.
No, he's obviously one of the greats of all time here at Parks in the inaugural Parks Hall of Fame class.
He certainly is. Well, make sure you come join us here. We are racing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. You do not want to miss Monday's card. Post time is 12:40. Thanks for watching Dick and I this week, and we'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away, and Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania Derby.